everybody, Alexa Zepp here with the Daily Racing Form at gorgeous, very sunny, very beautiful Del Mar for the Breeders' Cup World Championships. It's a very exciting time of year, my favorite time of year, and Saturday is what we're all waiting for, the biggest, the best races that we will be seeing. And I am going to do a pick three with y'all. So this year we have a little bit of a different setup. They've put the Breeders' Cup Classic in the middle of the card. It is the last race in the early pick five. It's also the start of the late pick five. It gets a great time to be shown on primetime television, which is awesome for our sport. So my pick three also starts with the Breeders' Cup Classic. So it is race 8 on the card, going 1.25 miles on the dirt, and there is $7 million up for grabs in this championship race. Some notes about the Classic. The average winning buyer for this race is 113.6 in the last 5 years. 5 different trainers have won. So many of the greats have won this race. Flightline, American Pharoah, Zenyatta, Sunday Silence, Ali Shiva, Ferdinand. Tisnow is the only horse to have won it twice in 2000 and 2001. So really an exciting race to witness. Last year, White Abarrio won it with a 106 buyer, which is a really low figure for this race. Only 3 times ever has it been won with a buyer under 110. So who do I like here? I like number 3, City of Troy for Aidan O'Brien's barn. Is the morning line favorite with 5-2 odds. He's only ever lost 1 race. He's coming off 3 Group 1 wins in Europe. He's an extremely tactical horse. If you read through his comment lines, you'll see how he's steadied and been in difficult positions and just responds comfortably every single time. He's absolutely no joke, likely the one to beat in here. Also be using the number 9, Fierceness for Chad Pletcher's barn. Co-favorite in the morning line odds with 3-1 odds. I know I have accused him of being hot and cold in the past, but many of you will be happy to know I'm conceding that point after watching him in the Traverse and his Jim Dandy. I do think he'll want to go out early and either lead or be off the lead. I see him hitting the board and his biggest competition being City of Troy next and possibly Sierra Leone as well. If he does win, he'll be the only horse to have won the Juvenile and the Classic back-to-back. I'll also use number 14 next as my next horse, and this is a little bit more of a price with 8-1 morning line odds. This horse is extremely consistent, has had 7 straight wins. His best figures were when they've asked him at higher levels. I love that about him. He rises to the occasion. He wants the lead. I bet this horse on the undercard of the Breeders' Cup 2 years ago in the BCBC when he was 5-1, and he was my best bet of the weekend that day. And we've never gotten that long of odds on him again until today. I think he's underrated. I think he's a good price play. I mean, look at the margins of win he's had in his last 6 races. 10 lengths, 22 lengths, 9 lengths, 11 lengths, 25 lengths, and then again 11 lengths. This horse is a rocket. When he fires, he just goes. So those are my picks in the Classic. The next race in the pick 3 is race 9, the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Turf for $2 million, going 1.75 miles on the turf. Some key factors in this race are the average buyer is 103.6 to win it. There's not really a whole lot of trends for trainers dominating here. Chad Brown has won it 4 times if you go back all the way to 2012. But I am using 4 horses in this leg. The first one is number 2, Full Count Felicia for Kevin Attard and Irad Ortiz. 12-1 morning line odds. I think it's definitely a contender after winning the EP Taylor at Woodbine and beating Moira. I was there that day and she was just in command. She'll definitely be the pace setter in here in a race without a ton of pace. So I think this really is an ideal setup for her. I'll also use the number 3, Cinderella's Dream for Charles Appleby's barn. 4-1 morning line odds. Ran in a grade 2 and grade 1 since coming to the U.S. and has won both of them. Comes from off the pace as a closer. I don't think we've seen her ceiling yet and could see her being a factor here late in the game. I was hoping, honestly, that we get a little more of a price on her. I'm hoping she floats up a little bit, but 4-1 is still a fairly decent price. Number 4, Warlike Goddess, 5-2 morning line, also be using in this pick 3. Strongest closer in the field, likely the one to beat in here. This is a 7-year-old mare who got 3rd in this race at Del Mar in 2021 by only half a length, 3rd again in it in 2022 at Keeneland, 7th in 2023 at Santa Anita, so she is used to running in this race. Bill Mott really has it worked out so that her form cycle peaks every year for this race. She lost the Turf Classic by half a length last out to Far Bridge, who is likely going to take some money in the Breeders' Cup Classic. I think she's live. I think she'll be pressing and try to close. Finally, I'll use number 5, Didia, another long shot at 12-1 odds. Didia has won 11 out of 19 starts so far, over $1.5 million in earnings. She's a presser who can be just off the pace or hang back a little farther and be 4 or 5 lengths from off the pace. She ran in this last year and got 10th, but only by 4.5 lengths off the winner in Spiral. She also had to swing 5 wide in that trip as well. If she can be a little bit better positioned early this year, I think she'll be very live. Last year she was 7-8 lengths off at the break, which is the farthest she'd ever been off the pace and the biggest field she'd ever been in at that time. Now she's had a lot more experience with big competitive grade 1 and grade 2 fields, so I think she hopefully should be more prepared with more experience and in her prime. The last race of this pick 3 is race 10, the Breeders' Cup Sprint for $2 million, going 6 furlongs on the dirt. Some key factors in here. The average winning buyer is 106.5. Bill Mott won in the last 2 years in a row with Elite Power. Irad Ortiz has won 3 out of 4 last years on Elite Power. And Whitmore, I'm using 2 in here. The number 10, Mulligan, at 7-2 morning line odds. Mulligan will want the lead, but has also proven to handle rating a bit in the past. I think I'll likely sit off of Skelly and Straight No Chaser and try to pass them in the late stages. He's been doing that lately, going 7 furlongs, so I like his odds of not conceding or tiring here in a little bit shorter of a race. He's got 4 straight wins, including the grade 1 4-go. Seems slightly more tactical than some of the other speedsters in here. Also be using 11, Skelly, 8-1 morning line odds. He or Straight No Chaser, I think, will grab the lead. And I like him on the outside considering how much time they have to get in position before the turn. He's going to have a lot of pace to his inside, so being on the outside is better than the inside for that reason. But if he breaks well, I think is one of the best chances in here to wire the field. I expect him to be in the top 3, even if he were to get caught at the end by some stalkers like Mulligan. So this ticket is $24 for $1. It's exciting. It's the championships. There's so many betting opportunities. There's so many price opportunities this weekend. So good luck to everybody. Enjoy the World Championships of Horse Racing. Enjoy the Breeders' Cup. And good luck if you play this pick 3 with me.
If you enjoyed this video, please click the like and subscribe button below for more great DRF content, including race of the days, stakes previews, and lots more. You can find it right here.